If you've ever read a book, chances are there's been a diagram in it. Scientific diagrams can be a little bit more challenging to read because there's so much information presented in it. In today's video, we're going to show you some tips and tricks on how to read and understand scientific diagrams. So the first diagram that we're going to show you is in the book, How It Works the Environment. So if we look in this diagram, it can be kind of overwhelming because there is so much information presented here. So the first thing that I like to do is read the title, Obtaining Nitrogen. So immediately, I start to associate this diagram with nitrogen. After that, I read the little blurb about the picture itself. So by reading this, I understand a little bit more of what the picture's representing. And I can see that this is part of the nitrogen cycle, and now I understand that, and I'm able to put some words and figures and some scientific knowledge behind this picture. So once I have that basic understanding down, that's when I like to dig a little bit deeper and look at the little captions explaining each cycle. And between the title, the blurb about the picture itself, and then these little captions, I'm able to much better understand how the nitrogen cycle works.
Okay, so for our second map, we're gonna look at a map of Iowa Lakeside Laboratory, which is where we're taking this video right now. This map is shown for guests and people arriving to campus to make sure that they don't get lost and know what each building is used for. So when I look at this map, we want to make sure to find the title first. And we look through the map and we see that the title is Iowa Lakeside Laboratory. Unlike that first map that we looked at, this one doesn't have a caption or a blurb underneath it. So we can go ahead and continue looking for other things on the map that will be useful to decoding it. This one I see has a key on that side, and the key sometimes may be boxed in a different color or different font. It's important to find this first before you look further at a map so that you know what the different objects on a map are depicting. For this key, we see that there are three different categories. We have noteworthy, education, and housing. And if we look at the map, we can see that they are also color-coded. So for housing, all of the housing buildings on Lakeside Lab campus are color-coded in orange. So we can see that all the orange now are housing units. So if we're looking for a housing unit, that narrows it down to where we want to look on the map. So utilizing the key on a map can really help you understand a map and decrease the time of you trying to find something if you are lost or confused in a place away from home.
Now that you've had some time to learn about how to read scientific diagrams, take a second and pause the video and try to come up with 3 interesting facts that you learned about crocodiles and how you came to those conclusions. After reading this diagram, you should have found that it is about the Nile crocodile. One interesting thing that I found cool was that over the past 200 million years, the crocodile has barely changed. Another thing that I found interesting was its ability to camouflage. I hope you learned something new about the Nile crocodile.
Thank you for watching. I hope that the tools that you learned in this video will help throughout your educational career.